Hey folks, welcome again to my virtual campfire. I'm going to follow up today on a recent video where I talked about making America great again. And in that video, I said that before we can make America great again, I think that we need to make America nice again, respectful again. We need to make Americans understanding again. And all those things will be helpful as we work hard to make America great again. Now, where did that idea come from? Well, I've mentioned that I came back from a 3,000-mile road trip where I called on some RV dealers that I work with and some that I've never met before. And I want to tell you two different experiences, and hopefully you can relate to them, and that this will be contagious, that you can at least spread this to somebody else. I'm going to start out with a hotel that my wife and I stayed in Jackson, Tennessee. It was between Memphis and Nashville, and we were exhausted. Been driving for, 10 hours straight. And had a hotel reservation, nice hotel. Walked in, and I was so ready to be there. And there was a lady at the front desk, and it turned out she was horrible. And she was a young gal, probably about my age. Obviously, I'm joking, but she was about my age. And I walked in, and I walked up to the counter and said, "Well, good afternoon, young lady." He looked down. I said, "How are you today? You have a reservation?" "Yes, ma'am, I do. We just drove in from Texas, been on the road for about 10 hours. Driver's license, credit card." And I'm thinking, wow, welcome to our hotel, sir. Something, but driver's license, credit card. Okay, here you go. She never a smile with her eyes, never a warm welcome, just this sterile nothing. And the hotel was nice, had good reviews, but it did have some people that said the lady at the front desk is a jerk. I'm thinking, this must be the one that they were talking about. And so I probably shouldn't say this because I will come across to you as a jerk. I don't like to be a jerk. I don't want to argue. I really don't. But you got to push my buttons, and if you push the buttons enough, I'll show you a different side of me. And so my wife said, "Have you got a low floor, something low?" "We have you on the 5th floor." Well, my wife doesn't like elevators, so she didn't want to climb the stairs. "Have you got anything lower?" "Your reservation's on the 5th floor." "Ma'am, I know it's on the 5th floor, but can we get something on 4, 3, 2? Can we get something a little bit lower down?" "Sir, you made a reservation for a handicapped room?" Because I made the reservation online. So I don't really need a handicapped room. Well, that's what your reservation is. I'm thinking there's no friendliness, nothing. It's just being an ass. And I said, "Ma'am, I know that we must have made, I didn't realize it at the time, I must have made it for a handicapped room, but can you move me to another room that is down lower? Our handicapped rooms are on whatever floor." "Ma'am, listen, would you look at me, ma'am?" And I did raise my voice like that. "Would you look at me?" She looked at me. "Ma'am, I hear you. Do you have a lower floor that's not a handicapped room, even if it's 2 beds? Is that an option that's available?" Somebody else came out of the office, wanting to see if I was going to go postal. I didn't. "Oh, well, we can do such and such, and well, thank you." And then I dialed it back and said, "Thank you very much." You know what she did? Not a damn thing. How many keys? Thinking, good Lord, welcome to this business. Is this the best that the owner of that business can do? And the answer is probably yes, unfortunately. Okay, into that story. So I leave the lady that's an ass, and the next day I drive to Dayton, Ohio. Got another hotel reservation. Made that one online. Get in. I'm going to tell you, it is the Holiday Inn Express in South Dayton, Ohio. You ever go, you've got to stay there. The nicest, friendliest, most warm people at the front desk ever. The exact opposite of the witch that was there in Jackson, Tennessee. The opposite. This woman was fantastic, but it got better. It's a typical Holiday Inn Express, free breakfast in the morning, and the rooms are moderately priced. It was clean, real clean, but friendly, wonderful people. It got better. The next morning, I'm an early riser, got there before breakfast was going, 5 something. Take my computer, leave my wife asleep in the room, and there is some woman that's walking around setting up the coffee pot and all that kind of thing. And she looked up at me and she said, "Good morning, sir. My name is Miss Z, and I'm here to help you have the best breakfast possible." I said, "Well, hello, Miss Z." She says, "I'm Miss Z, the one and only Miss Z," and a big smile on her face. I'm thinking, how nice I was the only one there. She's got some music going on the radio and listening. She's working, so just smiling. "If there's anything I can do for you, let me know." I said, "I know I'm early, just gonna have a cup of coffee." She said, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." Every person that walked in after me, "Good morning, ma'am. My name is Miss Z, the one and only Miss Z. I'm here to help your breakfast be the best one possible." And I'm listening to this. And the way I'm sitting there, I can see the reflection in the mirror, and people are just stunned like I was. Every person, probably 30 people came in. "Good morning, sir. I'm Miss Z, the one and only." And I'm thinking, this is amazing. She comes over and she says, "Sir," she said, "could I bring you a sweet roll or something?" "No, ma'am, my wife, she'd get mad at you and get mad at me both. But thank you." I said, "You know something? If I had my campground in Texas, I would probably steal you, throw you in the car, get all your stuff, and you'd be coming to work with me." "Oh, you're so nice." And she was wonderful. I said, "No, you have the spirit of love." I'm like, my God. I know it sounds stupid, but the witch in Tennessee. And then this. And you know what? Every single person in that dining area left happier. Everyone. She goes, "Can I give you a hug?" I went, "Yeah." And I gave her a hug. Anyway, so I go calling my dealer. And I walked back to the room first before I went to the dealer meeting. I said to my wife, I said, "Honey, here's $20. When you go down, before that woman has a chance to see you," I said, "here's what I want you to do. I want you to walk in as soon as you see her, because she's going to see you. I mean, this lady's sharp." I said, "You need to say, 'I'm looking for Miss Z, the one and only.'" So she did. That Miss Z lit up. And my wife, when I came back, she said, "She's the nicest person I have met in forever. And she's a damn cook. That's just a cook." That provided the greatest breakfast experience ever. We had eaten at a fancy restaurant the night before, one of these high, expensive, snooty. It was nice, but snooty. Miss Z wouldn't have fit there. You know why? Because she wasn't snooty. She was real, authentic. So I go to my meeting, come back, going to have to check out of the hotel. And I said, "You know what? I wonder if Miss Z is still there." So we walked in. The kitchen door's still open. I poked my head in. There is Miss Z crying. I'm like, and she's talking to somebody else. I'm like, oh my God, what a fool. I stepped in it. And I said, I'm sorry. She says, no, that's okay. And I just wanted to say thank you again. She says, she says, "I'm crying because today my father died." Wonderful. 15 years ago. And this is a real hard day for me. Going, wow. She's a servant in a very positive way. She serves people. And it was a contagion. And I'm going, we have a choice. And while we drive through, go to Indiana, all different places, and little places, and big places, and little dealers and big dealers, so many people are like that witch in Jackson, Tennessee. And there's very few Miss Z's out there. Well, if you get a chance to ever pass through Dayton, Ohio, I strongly recommend, I cannot use strong enough words, to go to the Holiday Inn Express in South Dayton, Ohio, and have Miss Z help make your day. You will thank me for it. Before I left, went to the front desk, and I'm like, is she always like that? That's the way she is. I said, where's the manager? Oh, he's in there. I said, who is your boss? I need to know your boss and the boss's boss. That woman is irreplaceable. Because I know. So I wrote a nice email and gave her recognition, because I think those kind of people need the recognition. Our world is so full of witches and jerks like I can be. And we need to be more respectful and more kind and more thoughtful, more measured. I don't know, exercise more discipline than we do. And that is what we can do to help make America great again. Did any of this make sense? Have you ever run into the witch at the Jackson, Tennessee hotel or a place like that? At restaurants or doctor's offices or wherever you happen to go, the grocery store? Just horrible people. It's like, what's the matter with these people? They're a bad reflection on their business. I think we need more Miss Z's. And I, for one, was positively impacted by her and that little Holiday Inn breakfast there in Dayton, Ohio. So anyway, hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're looking for a great deal on an RV from an honest RV dealer, the people that I trust are in the description down below. These are good people who sell good brands of RVs. They're not perfect. There are no perfect RVs. But these people are as good as you will find in the RV industry, and I trust them. Again, they're in the description down below, as well as my email address and my voicemail. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, reminding you to be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. Bye-bye.